Boy. Yes. So we're here now. Checking my phone, checking to make sure everything is fine on my end. So if you see me, you see me. If you don't, you don't. But the question I have for you is, has Bitcoin failed? Has Bitcoin failed? Has Bitcoin failed? I'm going to turn this light on because I look a little red. Turn this light on. Okay, boom. Okay, perfect. Has Bitcoin failed? Has Bitcoin failed? Has Bitcoin failed? So that's the name of this live. Has Bitcoin failed? That's what I want to know. I want to know, has Bitcoin failed? And need you to go ahead and come in and hit that like button. And need to let you know this is not investing or financial advice. So when you come in, do me a favor, hit the like button. Go ahead and come in, and we're going to have this conversation about Bitcoin. Has it failed? That's the question. Do you think Bitcoin has failed? That's the whole point of this live. This is not financial or investing advice. So I want to know, what do you think? How you think Bitcoin has failed? Welcome in. I'm actually looking at a couple things on my device. I want to make sure that I can be seen and heard. So if you're coming in, if you see me looking down, all I'm doing is checking to see if you can see and hear me, because that's very important. Hope all is well with you all. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I definitely am. So I apologize. Welcome in. So the question is, has Bitcoin failed? If you see me looking down, I'm trying to make sure everything's fine on my end. Trying to make sure all the deets on my end is taken care of. So are you doing okay? Is your day going well? The question is, has Bitcoin failed? Has Bitcoin failed? I'm checking on some things on my end, and I want to be sure that you can see me. Can you hear me now? Good. So yeah, a lot of people are looking at some things and they're getting scared. They're saying, "Oh, Bitcoin, Bitcoin is going, Bitcoin is going on. Hey, long time. Hey, Miss Patricia, how you doing? Everybody's asking questions. Has Bitcoin failed? Oh no, Bitcoin has dropped. You learn, Robert. I don't understand. We haven't seen you in a while. Where have you been? Have you been shaking us? Bitcoin has been doing all this. Have you been baking us? What's going on with you? Have you been shaking? As you can see, I've been doing some work in the background. I've been doing some work in the background, been doing some things in my background, and I'm making sure that everything on my end is copacetic. So if you notice, if you've been following me for a while, you know that the background has changed. So yeah, has it failed? That's the whole point of this live. Has Bitcoin failed? A lot of you have been looking. You was like, you learned. I saw you at 70. I saw you making all these videos, and then you just disappear. What's going on? Listen, if you don't already know, uh, look at my community tab. I post a lot on the community tab, and especially my members. My members have been getting things behind the scenes about what's going on. So you want to know, has Bitcoin failed? That's the whole reason that you're here. And I thank everyone for coming in. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hey, look, you got the Bitcoin halving happening anywhere between the 18th to the 21st. The Bitcoin halving event, and you're probably wondering, like, look, you learn what's going on with the Bitcoin halving. Why is this going on? Why is my Bitcoin down? Have no fear. I have the facts to prove what's going on. I have the facts. I can prove it. Yes. Do you believe in miracles? Yes. I'm telling you, I have the facts to prove some things. And if you see me looking down, all I'm doing is pulling up the deets. See, a lot of people will look at stuff. A lot of people will say things, but they don't have the facts. They don't know. They get scared. Have you ever been on a cruise and then you're going up and down? Some people are getting seasick with all these motions they don't understand. And you're saying, you learn, Robert, what's going on? Hey, we saw you up here. Some of y'all are new. Y'all like, but then you just faded away, man. You faded away. So it's Bitcoin. What's going on with Bitcoin? I don't understand what's up with this. I thought it was going to do something. I thought when these people came with these ETFs, all this stuff was going to pop. I thought big things popping, little things stopping. Hey, I thought that was going to happen, but you learn, I don't understand. You got missing on us. What's up? Listen, excuse me. I appreciate it. Mama Patricia. So yeah, you just asking questions. What's up? Look, I've been, changing some things in the office. That's one thing I've been doing. But I've been making content behind the scenes, a lot of stuff that's about to drop that I'm telling y'all, y'all gonna be ready. But the question is, has Bitcoin, what's going on? And this is not financial investment advice, but my opinion about Bitcoin. Number one, you have to know the history of Bitcoin, and you got to know what you got so that when you have it, you won't get shaken out. A lot of you are getting shaken out because you're looking at some things and you're not understanding what's going on because you're new at this. But the good thing about anything, even in the stock market, it says volume precedes price. Volume precedes price. What does that mean? Volume precedes price. It means that when something's high volume, generally speaking, there's going to be a turn in the price, up or down. And you're saying, well, Bitcoin has been floating down. It's been ranking downwards. I don't understand why has it been ranking downwards. You learn what's going on with this. Like I'm not understanding all this. You learn what's going on in the market. See, one thing you have to understand, you have to look at the big picture. See, right now, a lot of times when you've been on a roller coaster, right? And you get on the ride and you see the small picture of the roller coaster, but you don't see that big drop. And then you go up and then you drop and you wonder what's going on. The great thing about Bitcoin and Ethereum and all these other things is you have to realize there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and you have to understand that's the inner working of everything. If you look at the charts, it will show you that generally speaking, every Bitcoin halving, there's been a drop. Look, I want you to think about something. You got all these major institutions in here, right? You got all this big money in here, right? But you're like, I don't understand why this is dropping. Guess what? When big money comes in, they want to make sure their friends get in. Think about it. Think about it. Mom Patricia in here, and she does a lot of cooking videos and things of that nature. Think about it, Mom Patricia. Now imagine that you have your dogs, right? You have your dogs, Mom Patricia, and you have your dogs, right? Your dog, she has a lot of dogs. It's beautiful, beautiful. And imagine if you shake that can of dog food or table scraps or whatever you feed your dog, as soon as you pour that puppy Purina in that bowl, every dog is coming running, right? Everybody's coming running. If you tell your friends you're going on a trip, you're leaving at 10 o'clock, be there, you got the flights ready, I guarantee you're going to have one friend that takes the time, right? You got one friend that drags and drags and comes in late. You got another friend that's ready. You got other friends that's there waiting, but you still got friends that you want to make sure that's going on this trip. See, y'all are like the friends I'm making sure that's going to go on this trip with Bitcoin. I want to make sure that while you're here, you understand, like Olive Garden, when you hear your family. So since you family, go ahead and hit that like button. It's in the upper right-hand corner, whatever way it looks when it's inverted. But listen, you got to understand, a lot of these people are making sure their friends get in the game. They're making sure they get a good price. They're making sure their friends don't miss the boat. So look, hey, this is what we got going on. They got a lot of insider things going on behind the scenes. Why am I saying this? Listen, I've been trading stocks for a long time. I understand the game. I understand how they do behind the scenes. And what I'm telling you is look at the big picture. Stop looking at the small picture. You're looking at, oh, it's going down. Should I sell? Should I buy? What's going on? Here's the thing. You got to understand Bitcoin having prices. 2012, and I'm looking down at my notes. 2012, Bitcoin was $12 at the halving. November 28th, 2012, it was $12. The second halving was 7/9, 2016. It was $648. The third halving was 5/11, 2020. It was $8,572. The fourth halving, question mark. What's up, RX Nails? How you doing? The fourth halving, it's a question mark. Anywhere between 18 to 21st, it's going to happen. And people are wondering, why is everything down? Let me explain something to you. Listen, for me, now this is not financial investment advice, but for me, when I see red, I love it. You know why? You know why I love when I see red? I love it. Number one, it's my favorite color. But number two, when it comes to the market, red is a buying opportunity, in my opinion. Don't get scared. You ain't in Bitcoin and you're wondering, I don't understand. You learn what's going on. Why does the roller coaster ride seem so stressful? Listen, stick with a plan. I told y'all, a lot of people who follow me, I said, listen, let's do the $10 Bitcoin challenge. And what that is if you buy Bitcoin one time, once a month, that means, you've bought it over a 12-month period, 12 times. If you buy it twice a month, 24 times, every week, 52 times. So, get a strategy. Some people might buy $10 a day. That's on you. I don't know what your finances are, so I can't tell you, hey, everybody buy it every day, because some people don't have it like that. I can't say, hey, spend X amount of dollars this day, because everybody doesn't have it like that. But guess what? Everyone on here, I'm sure you got a phone, right? I'm sure you can spend $10 a month on Bitcoin one time. Now, I'm not giving you financial investment advice, but what I am saying is Kathy Wood is over ARK Invest. And since I've talked to you, she's increased her buying position. Sorry. And also, guess what she's done? She's also said, you know what? Bitcoin is going to go to $3 million, not $1 million. I said $1 million before. Kathy Wood said it's going to go to $3 million, potentially. So what am I saying to you? See, a lot of y'all are confused because the price is down, but you don't understand that's intentional. If there's only so many pieces of fish, we're going to Mama Patricia's house, right? And she's cooked fish. And RX Nails is cooking fish, and there's only 100 pieces of fish, right? There's only 100 pieces of fish. There's 12 people in here. You're going to want more than one slice of fish. Let me put it to you in eating terms. We understand that. There's a big old pound cake. There's a lemon meringue cake. There's an apple pie. There's a pumpkin pie. There's a pecan pie, whatever kind of pie you like. There's a cheesecake. There's only a certain amount of cheesecakes. Guess what? They want to make sure that you don't get no cheesecake. Why? Because you're the person that ain't supposed to know this. Because the big dogs are coming in and they're saying, look, there's only a finite supply. If we get our hands on this supply, then we can sell it to these people as much as we want to. If we control the supply, we control the people. Understand what people are trying to do to you. They're trying to psych your mind out for a reason. They're trying to tell you, hey, look. If I just get them to understand something, if I just switch it up, I do the Euro step to the basket, I will fool them. I will get them scared. Oh, man, this is going on in the world. You seeing all this stuff going on. Gas prices are getting high. Oh, my goodness, all this stuff is going on. And you're trying to figure out what's going on. So what should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Ooh, I'm telling you what you should do. Not financial or investment advice, but what I'm telling you is stick with the program. Stop being scared. I ain't never scared. That's what the song say, right? So stop being scared. Stop being scared. Come on. Stop being scared. Say it with me. Stop being scared. Don't be scared. They say scared money don't make no money. For some people who know what that means, but I don't know what that means. But what I'm saying to you is stop being scared. Stick with your program. If you buy Bitcoin once a month, buy it once a month. Guess what I do? If I see it in red, I'm buying, because I understand there's only a finite supply and doesn't matter to me where it goes. Let me explain this to you. You only have a certain amount. So what that means is this. Let's talk about it. What's up, Prez? So let's talk about it. If there's only a finite supply, we at Prez house, right? Prez say, I'm cooking some fish on the grill, Rob. Come through. RX Nails come through. Mama Patricia come through. People in the chat come through. Yeah. Prez only got 100 pieces of fish. There's 150 people over here. Some people ain't gonna get no fish. He might say, you know what? Hey, could you go to the store and get a pack of hot dogs? Hey, could you go to the store and get some hamburgers? Hey, could you get to the store and go pick up some steaks? He might tell some people to get some other stuff because he knows he only has a certain amount of fish ready. So some people ain't gonna get no fish, and they want you to go get the hot dogs and the hamburgers and go get a bag of ice and go get some plates for me, because they know you ain't gonna be able to get the fish, i.e. pieces of Bitcoin, which is called Satoshis. They want you to give it up so that you can give it up, and you'll be like, man, I didn't know. Why we always the last people to know stuff. Don't nobody tell me stuff, because we worried about all this other stuff that really don't matter. We worried about who done talked to who was at so-and-so's house, was that person at the parties, did they say this to this person, we worried about all this stuff, and under our nose, guess what? They are making money. They said, I get money. I get money. Why do you think Odell Beckham Jr. said, pay me my salary, a portion of my salary in Bitcoin a long time ago? Because somebody put him on game and said, look, Bitcoin about to run up. Go ahead and do what you do. Get some of your money in Bitcoin. Hey, Odell, take some of your salary in Bitcoin. And if you don't know who Odell is, Odell bet 1 million per fish. After that, thank you. Thank you, Prez. So they tell Odell, you know, this is what's going to happen. So Odell's like, you know what? I like it. Guess what? You got to understand this. A lot of people are saying, well, this ain't for me. He talked too fast. This ain't for me. He ain't telling what I want him to say. This ain't for me. But guess what? The fun part about YouTube is I'm going to be able to play this back later and say, I hate to say I told you so, but I told you. You know why? Because I don't worry about rock the boat, rock the boat. I don't worry about how the boat ride. I don't worry about that. I worry about the destination. Get on the destination. So you're saying, oh, you learn, what should I do? I don't understand. Well, I got it. I'm down with the plan. Some people are all mixed up. Some people ain't even got in Bitcoin and just saying, I told you it was going to go low. Let me explain this to you. I'm going to say this in my best, humble, but accurate opinion, okay? This is not financial advice, but I'm going to say this, okay? I'm going to say this. What's up, Lisa J? I'm going to say this in my humble, but accurate opinion. When Bitcoin goes up, I'm going to come on live and play this again. See, a lot of you are worried about where Bitcoin is now, and every time it's low, y'all like, oh, they don't want it. Y'all do the same thing with stocks. Stock go low. Oh, Apple's down. Oh, Apple crashing. Tesla's down. Oh, it's Tesla crashing. Disney's, oh, no, it's gone. Oh, is this down? Oh, no. Nucor still, oh, no, is it down? Oh, the world, oh. So you worried about it, but at the moment it goes back up, you jump back in. The way you make wealth is not when it's up. You make wealth and you put your play in when it's down. You make wealth, you put yourself in position when things are down. Guess what? In 2020, when people was running, buying masks and all this stuff, no shade, you and other people, guess what? I bought some masks, by the way, but and other people were buying stocks to position themselves. Oh, you learn, how do you know that? Well, how is it that all the richest people gained a lot of wealth from 2020? A lot. And if you knew the numbers, it would probably scare you. You know why? Because a lot of us are worried about the wrong things. And while we're worried about the wrong things, they're buying assets. Listen, I'm telling you, listen, you're going to hear this. There will be a recession. Listen, well, you learn, hold up, wait a minute. Did you just drop this on me? There will be a recession. Hold up, timeout, it's flag on the play. What do you mean there will be a recession? You learn, yes, there will be a recession. Guess what? It probably will happen, what is it, 2024, 2025 through 2027. Between that time, there's going to be a recession. I'm going to leave the cat out of the bag. Why am I saying that? Why is everybody saying, oh, everything's great? Why do you think you really believe that if gas is high, inflation is high, we've had more than two down quarters on GDP, that we're not in a recession because somebody says we're not? Okay, what has this got anything to do with this? You learn, Robert. I don't get it. You lost me. You're talking political. No, I'm not talking political. I'm talking facts. I don't go into the politics because for me it doesn't matter. No matter who's in office, you still gotta eat. You still gotta sleep. You still gotta go to work. Unless you're a business owner, you still gotta do what you gotta do. So here's the thing. Let's focus on Bitcoin right now, okay? Focus. Let's focus on Bitcoin for a second. Let's focus on the things that needs to happen. Listen, the question is, has Bitcoin failed? That's why a lot of you clicked on here. Has Bitcoin failed? You learn, you're not saying has it failed. The answer is no. There's always technicals that run. When things run up, here's the thing. I have to get your money. There's going to be people who sold at 70. There's people who have their order set and their limit order set and they get out automatically. I personally don't set limit and sell orders because I know the system is set up to trigger those orders, and sometimes while people ain't paying attention, it'll shoot back up and then you stuck. You have to constantly pay attention. Listen, every day I wake up, I'm looking at my stocks. I'm looking at my portfolio. I'm looking at crypto every single morning, every afternoon, every night, 3 times a day. I'm looking at all of the above. You know why? Because it's important to me. So what I'm saying to you is, hey, how you doing, proud single mom? So what I'm saying to you is this. You have to understand, you have to check what's important to you. Guess what? Most people check their phones over 136 times per day. And that's on the low end. Now they say it's over 300 times per day. So if you check your phone 300 times a day, or let's just say you on the low end at 100 times a day, guess what? You should be able to look at your portfolio at least 3 times a day, right? At least 3. Why? In the morning when you wake up, at lunch, and before you go to bed. All 3 times, in my opinion, not financial investment advice, is when you should check your portfolio. You know why? Because that's when things happen. That's when news comes out. That's when moves are being made that you have to strategically place yourself. Because if you're not paying attention to it, you don't understand what's going on. Listen, Bitcoin has not crashed. Hey, you're probably saying, hey, you learned, is Bitcoin going to go up? That's the whole point. That's the reason why I clicked on this video. And I said before earlier, but I'm going to repeat it again. We're talking about Bitcoin halving. November 28th, 2011, Bitcoin was at $2.54. Guess what? 2012, November 28, 2012 is when the Bitcoin first halving happened. Guess what? November 28th, 2013, it was at $1,000. Guess what? Bitcoin dropped. July 9th, 2015, Bitcoin dropped. And guess what it dropped to? $270. So imagine you had $1,000, you had a Bitcoin, and it dropped to $270. So of course, when this drops now, people are going to be, oh, I don't get it. It's dropping. Okay, let me go ahead and go. What's up, official Jamil? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Thank you. So let me go back to the business at hand. So this is not financial investment advice. I'm just giving you facts. Okay, so you can't be scared. Okay, so the halving number 2 happened July 9th, 2016. Guess what? After the halving, 254 days after, 364 days after the halving, it was up 285%. 284%. It was up a year after the halving. Okay, let's look at May 11, 2019. Bitcoin was $6,000. The third halving in 2020, Bitcoin was up. It went down a little bit, but guess what? In May 11th, 2021, it was up to $55,000. Now, let me explain this to you. Now it's at 64,000, but it was 70 something you learned. Now it's in the 60s. It's still above. Is it not above $2.54? Yes, it's above $2.54, right? Yes, it is. Is it above $1,007? Yes, it's above $1,007. Is it above $270? Yes, it's above $270. Is it above $2,506? Yes, it's above that. Is it above $6,379? Yes, it's above that. Is it above $55,847? And the answer is yes. So a lot of times we get so caught up and frustrated on what the news and media is saying, and all this is going on, although we going to war, and all this is what's going to happen. You are focused on the wrong thing. They want to distract you so that you can get tricked out of position. It's not like a stock. Stock has so many shares, and yes, the float could be bought up with stocks. But let me explain something to you. After Bitcoin is bought up, there will never be any more supply added because it's fixed in the coding that no other supply will be added. And every time there's a halving, there's a finite supply. The supply goes smaller. Okay, so that's why they want you to think it's about the price and not about the coin. Hear me clearly. I'm trying to help you out. I like Bitcoin. We go together. Exactly. So they're trying to shake you out of position. You know what I'm saying? So you're asking how many, how much is a Bitcoin? A Bitcoin is like $64,000. So here's the thing. You do not have to buy a full Bitcoin. There's a lot of people. I was in somebody's live and somebody said, Robert, you talk about high price stuff that we can't afford. Well, the thing is, that's not correct. You can afford everything I've talked about. You know why? Because you can buy on the stock side, you can buy what's called fractional shares. On the Bitcoin side, or in any other asset on crypto, you can buy Satoshis or small fractions, pieces of it. You don't have to buy the whole thing, okay? It's kind of like, think about like ride share, like Uber or Lyft. You're going to pay to get to the ride, but you don't have to pay for the full car, right? You're going to pay a fraction, but you don't have to buy the full car every time you jump into Uber. Think about it like that. Every time you jump into Lyft, they don't say, well, I'm picking you up in a Bentley Continental GTC Speed, so you have to pay the $185 $385,000 price or the $385,000, depending on which one. They don't say that. They say, you know what? This is a luxury vehicle. This is how much I charge for this. So they charge you based on that. Are you seeing what I'm saying? So here's the thing. You do not have to buy a full Bitcoin. Okay. So here's the question. You're probably saying, how many Satoshis? So when you buy a piece of Bitcoin, $100, $5, $2, $10, $1,000, that's a fraction. That's a Satoshi. That's a Satoshis, small amounts of Bitcoin. There are 100 million Satoshis in one Bitcoin, okay? So you don't have to buy one Bitcoin. You don't have to drop 60-something $1,000. You can say, you know what, my budget is $10 this week. I'm going to pay $10. You know what, I can buy $5 a day worth of Bitcoin and $5 amount. Now, you're probably saying, well, how many Satoshis do you get? It all depends on the price of Bitcoin at the time of how many Satoshis you would get for that price, okay? It's kind of like this. If you go to your local grocery store or your local butcher, yes, you can get, let's say a ham, okay, or a turkey. But it all depends on the price per pound of how much it's going to cost you. Same difference, okay? So 100 million Satoshis equals one Bitcoin. You do not have to buy a full Bitcoin. That's where the problem a lot of us lie. We hear 64,000, 74,000, and we automatically assume that we can't afford it. And guess what? That's how they get you. So you don't think you can afford it. So when one Bitcoin is $1 million, then you're going to be like, man, this dude that you learn kept talking about Bitcoin. Yeah, he got some videos on Bitcoin. You learn Robert told us about this thing. Why didn't we buy it? I wish I should have. They don't never tell us nothing. That's the first thing people say. But you got people like Lisa J. Stocks that talks about stocks and things of that nature. You got people like Prez the Investor in here that talks about stocks. You got me in here who talks about stocks and Bitcoin and gold and silver, things like that. So what I'm saying to you, not investment advisors giving you investment advice, but what I'm saying to you is this. You have no excuse. There are people out here telling you information. Now, some people giving trash information. The people I mentioned don't give trash information, okay? There's people out here telling you information, but you decide that you want to think about who talking to who, or what little urgent got on, or what Justin Bieber was doing at Coachella, and what Jaden was doing. You think about all this other stuff that really don't matter. Here's the thing. Justin Bieber has more money than you. I'm telling you, if you're watching me, I'm 100% sure. Guess what? Jaden Smith has more money than you. I'm not trying to be facetious. If you're watching me, I'm telling you this. Listen, we're worrying about the wrong things. All that stuff don't matter in the grand scheme of things. The grand scheme of things that matters is how are we? I'm saying we because you're watching me. How are we, even on the replays, even on shorts, how are we going to do better as a people? How are we going to afford high gas? How are we going to position ourselves with the rise of AI? How are we going to position ourselves with everything going up? How are we going to position ourselves when inflation is going up, but the pay is not going up with inflation? I am telling you, you only have 24 hours a day. And a wise man once said, if you don't find a way to make money while you're asleep, you will forever work for the rest of your life. That was Warren Buffett. So what I'm saying to you is, if you don't find a way, well, you learn I got a 401k. I do too. You learn I got this. I do too. What am I saying? You trust somebody else with your money more than you trust yourself. That is sad. You have to wake up. What did they say? If you want to be somebody, Jamia, if you want to go somewhere, hey, y'all, you better wake up and pay attention, pay. Remember that? That's what they said on Sister Act, if you don't know, because I have a wide variety of family and friends. I think of you for family if you're here. So if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. That's what your girl said to, on Sister Act, okay? What I'm telling you is you should care more about your well-being than somebody else managing something that really don't care. They get paid a fee on your 401k. It's a loaded 401k, most cases, and they get paid a fee. So if it goes up or down, they don't care. Guess what? Your company may match your 401k. Depends on what your company's doing. Guess what? If it goes up or down, they really don't care. They offered it. If you do it, you do it. But what I'm saying to you is, wouldn't it be nice if you had your 401k or your pension, or, for the young people, I hate to tell you, I hate to break it to you. I'm going to break it to you. I'm sorry. I'm just going to break it to you. In my opinion, Social Security ain't gonna be there when you get older. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the string. It's not gonna be there. So I don't know why you're thinking it's gonna be there. And even if it's there, you probably be 98 before you can jump in. 85. Oh yeah, you could pull benefits by 85. Here's the thing: if you did the math, it's oversubscribed right now. So I just hate to let the cat out of the bag. You can't expect any government to take care of you. And to be honest, it is not their responsibility. They can't do it. They can't afford to take care of everyone. So what I'm telling you is, I hate to pull the cord, but we have to get serious with ourselves. Every time you get paid, if you're a kid watching me, I look at my analytics. If you're younger, tell your parents to open you up an account so you can invest. They can do that. Guess what? There's no excuse. Start young. Guess what? Oh, I want to buy the new shoes. I want to buy this. I want to buy the latest iPhone. Listen. I done had about a lot of the iPhones. I done had all the Samsung phones. Listen to me. They only do a couple other things. No shade to Apple or Samsung. No shade to Android. But what I'm saying is, you don't need the latest and greatest. You're going to be okay. Unless you're making content and that's something you personally need. But you can do it with an older phone. Listen to what I'm telling you. Stop worrying about everything that don't matter. But you told me this video was about Bitcoin and is it crashing? You want to hear the negativity. You want to hear Bitcoin is going to zero, but that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Listen, I'm telling you, you be worried about the latest car and what everybody else doing, but you are being lullabied into forgetting about your situation. A drink ain't going to help you. Girl, when I get home, I just kick up my feet and I just got to get a drink. That ain't going to help you. No shade. That's not going to help you. Man, I just turn on Sports Center. No shade to Sports Center. No shade to ESPN. But that's not going to help you. What I'm saying is, all it's doing is having you focus on other things so you won't focus on the facts. Listen, $10 Bitcoin challenge. If you're in, you're in. Well, you learn, I don't understand. How do I enter this $10 Bitcoin challenge? First of all, it's not financial or investment advice. Listen, I don't know how many times you get paid a month or a week or a day. Some people get paid every 2 weeks. Some people get paid by contract. I don't know your pay situation. But at least one time a month, pay $10 on Bitcoin. Okay? At least one time a month. Some people can afford to do it twice a month. Pay $10 twice a month on Bitcoin. Some people can do it every week. Pay $10 every week on Bitcoin. Well, you learn, what are you doing? I don't want to say what I'm doing, because if I tell you what I'm doing, then you're going to be disappointed, because you may say, well, I can't do that. I want everyone to participate, because in a year, I want you to be able to look back and say, you know what? I want to beat up You Learn with Robert. No shade. And for the YouTube algorithm, this is just me being facetious and funny. Nobody wants to hurt me, and I don't want to hurt anybody, okay? So I don't want you to try to come for me later. What I'm saying to you is this. We have to be more concerned with our finances than everybody else. We can't be fearful. We can't be afraid. We can't be like, well, I don't know about it. Well, guess what? You didn't know about that dude you're talking to. You didn't know about that female you're talking to. You didn't know about that restaurant you went to. You didn't know about that car you bought. You didn't know about that trip you went on, but you learned it, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I rest my case. So you learned the information. You didn't know about that new phone that you bought. You didn't know about that new computer, but you bought it, right? And you learned about it, right? We think about all the stuff that really don't matter, right? And listen, if you think I'm fussing, this is how I talk. I'm not fussing at you. It's nothing but love. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, okay? I got nothing but love for everybody. So if you think I'm fussing at you, I am not fussing. I can assure you, I'm not fussing at you. I have nothing but love. Everybody on my channel, I look at you as family. Even the trolls, I still look at you as distant family, but your family, you know what I'm saying? Distant family, the people who hit the dislike button twice. I still think about you as distant family, but you family. So let's talk about some actions. What actions are we going to do? What actions are we going to do? Okay. Number love, Lisa J. Number love, prayers. $1. Everyone can do that. Yeah, prayers. You know what? I do. But I'm trying to make sure that, 30 days, $10. I'm trying to make sure everyone can get involved no matter what. Because we don't know what people may be in a situation where they can't, afford $1 a day. And I don't want to throw no shade on people who can't. And there's no shade if you don't. $10 a month. buy Bitcoin twice a month. If that's all you can do, $5 each time. But here's the thing. How many times have we bought energy drink? If you work somewhere, you probably bought an energy drink, or you probably buy soda, or you probably bought something for the vending machine, or you probably stopped before you went into work and bought that nice cup of coffee. Speaking of coffee, listen, Miss Khadija was talking about some coffee on her channel. Man, look, I've been tried it before, but I got to get this coffee right here. Now, I'm not sponsored by this company or nothing, but I love that coffee. Boy, that coffee is good. It's delicious. Yeah, Miss Khadija was drinking it one time. I said, oh, let me, I saw her video. I said, oh, okay, let me try it out. Boy, that coffee, woo, it's good. But a lot of us stop at these specialty places to get coffee and all this stuff, and we stop at all these places to get coffee, and we stop at we want to be social then. But here's the problem. The problem is we go here, we do all this stuff, and then we wonder why we're rowing in the boat. They got a hole in it. Why are we not getting anywhere? Why can't we move? What's going on? So you're probably wondering what's going on. You learn Robert. Now I'm doing a temperature check. If I'm being, too facetious, if I'm being too mean, let me know in the chat. If this information is good to you, let me know in the chat. Press 2 if you think the information is valuable. If you think the information sucks, press 0. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. I'm here to make sure that I get everyone taken care of. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to make sure that everyone, is being fed valuable information. I'm here to give you value. And you're probably, wondering, that's true, Prez, that's true. You right on that. Prez said I would probably ask a stranger for $1. Take the $1 and invest it. Not investment or financial advice, but I hear you. But good. Okay, I'm checking the temperature. So here's the thing. A lot of times, like, I've been in the background doing some things. I'm telling y'all, if you've been to my channel, you can kind of see that some things have been done behind the scenes. You can kind of see that some things have been changed. You can kind of see that behind the scenes. So if you know my channel, you kind of know I've been changing up some things. But I'm telling y'all, it's some things I'm making sure, especially my members. I'm telling y'all, listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to help you out. You know why I'm saying this? A lot of times, a lot of people want things for free, and there's nothing. I always give value. I always give things for free. I've learned that from my parents and my grandmother. I've learned that growing up. Giving is very valuable, but there's a time when it's time for you to receive, and it's not for you, it's for someone else. Here's the thing. I'm gonna give a perfect example, okay? When you are, if you've ever planted a garden, right? I always look for my garden seeds. I'm gonna have to stick them just in my office right here, just so I can have them. Let's just say, for argument's sake, this is a pack of garden seeds. Just for argument's sake, okay? This is a pack of tomatoes, right? I can look at this pack of tomatoes all day and say, "Ooh, these are some delicious tomatoes." Ooh, and I can smell the pack, and I can try to cut the pack and bite into it, but no tomatoes are going to come out of this pack. The only way tomatoes are going to come out of this pack, if I plant the tomatoes in good soil, if I water the tomatoes, it has good sunlight, and it is, before wintertime, unless I'm, doing something inside. I'm talking about outside, okay? Because it'll be somebody, well, if you do it inside and do this, if you're hydroponic, I'm talking about outside, okay? And generally speaking, the more you do what you need to do, the more that you plant, the yield in most cases will be great, okay? I'm not asking you for money because I need it, okay? I'm just telling you this. What I'm saying is this. There's a membership there, okay? And the reason why I decided to put the membership up was because I wanted to give people opportunities to be a blessing. Here's the thing. You're probably saying, what? I don't get it. I know this information I'm giving you, okay? A lot of people don't, okay? The membership is not really there so I can get a YouTube check. I would love a YouTube check. Now, YouTube don't, I would love a YouTube check, But what I'm saying to you is this: I give value to my members for a reason. I give value to you now. Don't say I ain't giving you I don't give you trash. I give you good stuff. I give you stuff that I can sell. A lot of times I give you stuff that's in my stock course for free, for frizzle. You know why? Because I wanted to make sure. Since I've been on YouTube, I've been giving you value. Here's the thing. If you have a membership, the gym opens the gym. You pay a membership, but they allow you to use their equipment, right? They say, you know what? You don't have to go and buy this Bowflex machine or this $10,000 weight bench or this $5,000 treadmill. You're gonna pay a small fee, and we're gonna allow you to use this to help you and your health. Now, it helps the gym's bottom line, but it don't help the gym owner get healthy. I'm going somewhere, okay? It does not help the gym owner get healthy because unless they're using the equipment themselves, it's not going to help them. They open the gym, of course, because they want profit, but for the most part, it's to make sure, because they had a vision. If you talk to any gym owner, most of the time, successful gym owners have a vision to make sure that you are physically fit for health reason. It could be because they lost someone or a loved one or a friend or a family, or they had health challenges, but they want to make sure they have a vision. How do I know this? Well, I have a friend, he used to be a bodybuilder, and I asked him, I said, hey man, like, what made you do this? He helps, people in his place where he is, city he's in. He helps people, and I forgot what they call, personal trainer. So he had a gym, then he decided to do personal training. So he helps people. And one thing I asked him, I said, hey man, I want to get, muscle. I want to be like this, and he laughed. I want to be like you. He said, well, I'm going to give you a meal plan. And he checked my weight and, check some other things. And he gave me a meal plan. And you know what I did? I looked at the meal plan. And I said, oh, what? He wanted me to eat 8 times a day. I said, man, I can't eat 8 times a day. He said, well, you don't want to be as big as I am. You don't want to have the muscle I have, because it takes something that you put into yourself. You have to put more things into yourself, work out and do this, and this to get this. Now you're toned, you are cut, you're lean, but if you want to get to this level, you got to do this. A lot of us want to be multimillionaires and billionaires, but all we want to do is nothing. What am I saying? What does it have to do with memberships, you learn, Robert? Well, the reason why I mentioned a membership is because I'm telling you, if you think I'm giving you value now, I'm telling you, I've been cooking some stuff, and I'm telling you, it's going to help the members. And I wanted to do something. My grandmother, before she passed, she would always, say things, talking about learning. She would always ask, what have you learned? She was country, so it was a country term she used. And if I said it, most of you wouldn't understand it. But the whole point of the term is, what have you learned? And that's why I named the channel You Learn with Robert, for some who don't know. And a lot of times, she would say, hey, Robert, ask me that question. I would tell her, she would give the information. And then, she was like, oh, so this, and this. She would understand it. We'd have a conversation about it. Then she would tell me something that I didn't know. So, we had the exchange of knowledge and things of that nature. We continue to grow. And I would see her. A lot of people would come to her house. So, somebody would come and she would ask the person, how was their day? And then she would talk to them about what we had just talked about. And then they would be like, oh, okay. So we'd have dialogue on that. Or if I was on the phone with her, I'd hear her tell the person information we just talked about. So she was always given a wealth of knowledge, always hungering for knowledge. Here's the thing. Most people write books because they have value and they have information. And I have books everywhere. Like, literally, somebody asked me, like, what books have I read? And I read books all the time. This is a Trader's Almanac. This is 2022. The other one's 2023, and they're there. Leadership in a Minute. Good book. Infinite Income. Good book. Click and Grow Rich. Good book. Hold on. Living the 7 Habits. Good book. I got books all behind me here. I got books behind me here. Here's the thing. If you don't have time to read, get audiobooks. I have Audible too, because I listen to books all the time. Instead of being in the car talking about crazy stuff, talking about nonsense, I'm in the car listening to audio books, unless I, have a business conversation I need to be on. You're still probably saying, you learn, what does this have to do with information? Imagine you were going to official Jamia's house, okay? And you didn't know how to get there. And let's just say I knew how to get there. I don't know how to get there, but let's just say I did. Remember back in the days, most of the people in here that I see are people who have actually been in the MapQuest days. You had to type the information in to the Google to MapQuest and print it out and then get the turn-by-turn direction. Imagine I was the MapQuest of the day, and you were trying to get to her house, or trying to get to Prez the investor's house, or trying to get Lisa J. Stock's house, trying to get to Mama Patricia. You're trying to get to one of their houses, but I knew the information, and I told you, hey, look, it's going to cost you $10 or $5 or $2, whatever it was, but you had to get there for a reason. Now, you could say, well, I don't care. I'm not giving you $2 or $10 or $5, whatever the case may be. I'm just going to do what I want to do, go to where I want to go, and I'll figure it out. Okay, well, it's going to take you some time. A lot of time people have memberships, not just me, because we have learned things. We have learned things, and because we've learned things, we can help you get a shortcut to what we've learned, the mistakes we've made, the things that we did. Some things I just can't talk about on a live. I just can't. But in the membership, that's something totally different. Now, when Prez the Investor and Lisa J. Stocks have a membership, I'm sure I'll be in it. Why? Because it's better to give than to receive. I'm a giver. I've always been a giver all my life. And this is not just me saying this so you can join my membership. Because to be honest with you, I'm trying to help you. I don't necessarily, I'm not bragging. I'm not trying to brag, but the information I'm giving you is information I know. I want to be sure that my members are getting more value. So that's why I'm trying to warn you, because at a certain thing, I'm capping it out, and I'm just going to cap it. It's going to be for a reason. What I'm telling you is this, and this is not no long sales pitch. The only reason I mentioned it, I was looking at, hey, what's up, Wellness? The only reason I mentioned this, welcome in, Wellness for Frugal Mom. She's a member. The only reason I mentioned it is because I want to be sure that I'm giving value out, giving information that's going to help you grow to the next level. I want you to go to the next level, because I wished when I was where I was, someone would help me grow. I don't care what it is. There are people who know the information, and unless you take a course, unless you read the book, you're not going to get information. That's why, just literally in books. And just literally in books. I got books here that I don't even feel like getting up. Hold on, let me show you. Just so you can know I'm not just jiving you. These are all books. These are all books. All these are books. And I'm not going to pull these out right here beside me. There's books right here beside me this way. There's books behind me. Why do I read? Why am I telling you this? Why? Hey, Wellness. Why am I telling you all this? And why did I get on this topic? I'm getting on this topic for a reason. If you're not reading, I suggest you to read something that you don't know. If you don't have Audible or some type of, I use Audible because that's, it's been out for a while. There may be something more frugal or something else, something that you can download books and listen to. Please do it, because I'm telling you, the way AI, I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about artificial intelligence. And we were having a conversation about AI. And do you know that they're talking about by 2030, Elon Musk said by 2031 or 2030, whatever, the next presidential election, that there could be a potential AI candidate run? Artificial intelligence candidate run for president. Now, this ain't about politics. I don't really talk about politics. But what I'm telling you is information is happening so fast. If we're not careful, we're going to be left behind. So we probably need to start processing information, and it's very valuable. Another thing, when it comes to Bitcoin, stop being afraid. I've lost more money by just buying crazy stuff. I'm talking about, case in point, I'll give you a perfect example. So I bought these puck lights. They're pretty cool. Cool puck lights, okay? And I bought these puck lights, and I wanted, this is actually white. I don't know if you can see this. This is white. So I bought the puck lights because I wanted to be able to change the color. And it has a remote control, so I can actually change the color. But I also bought something. I can't move it. It was the same price as the puck lights, but it puts out more light. So if I want to change it blue, it's blue. If I want to change it purple, it's purple. If I want to change it lime green, it's lime green. So I can change this via my phone to different colors. Let me change it back red. I like the red. But the puck lights wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. Even though if I want to, where's my remote? I can change this different colors if I wanted to. If I wanted to, but it wasn't giving out the brightness of what I needed. A lot of times we're not necessarily getting everything we need because we're holding our hands too tight. The only way a seed is going to grow is you have to plant it in the ground. You have to plant it and you have to trust the process. You have to water it. The information I give you, you have to make sure, check me if I'm wrong. Let me know. Say you learn that's not true. You learn the information you're giving is false. Hey, you learn this is what it is. And some people may troll and say it, but here's the thing. I want to be sure the information I'm giving you is correct. And you should go back and check for yourself to be sure the information I'm giving you is correct. Now, I always say I'm not giving you financial or investment advice. However, the information I do know, I'm telling you this because I want you to be ahead of the curve. Because here's the thing. Inflation is going to continue to go up. Fuel is going to continue to go up. Food is crazy. It's going to continue to go up. I eat certain things and certain things I don't eat. Somebody said something about food and I laughed. And they said, why are you laughing? I said, well, I've been eating healthy for a long time. And when people who don't eat healthy, and I'm not saying people on here don't eat healthy. I know wellness, how she eats and things like that because she talks about it on her live. But what I'm saying is this person is a family member and they were talking about this. And I'm saying this because they may be watching. So but they were talking about food. And I said, you talking about how high food is. I've been paying that price for years. But imagine how my food is now that your food is the price I was paying years ago. So things are going to continue to go up. The only way that you're going to beat inflation, well, I'm going to hit the lottery, you learn. Okay, well, if you hit the lottery, I'm happy for you. But the probability is you probably have a better chance of getting hit by lightning 4 times before that happens. So, based on the statistics. You learn. I'm waiting to my cousin, go to the sweet by and by. Well, the way life is, you don't know if you're waiting for a family member to go so you can get money. That's not the right thing to do because that means as soon as you get the money, you're going to blow the money. How do I know? I've had family members that got lump sums of money and they are in a worse position than they were before. They had a lot of money when somebody passed, but now they're in a worse situation. And I hate to say it, but it's true. Well, you learn, I have this at my job and they do this. Well, how many times have we seen people who got in trouble for stealing money or not doing the right things with 401k and investing things? How many times have we seen this? That's why I'm talking to you. That's why I'm telling you about, about these type of things, okay? I'm telling you about these type of things because I want you to be on the other end. I want you to be able to retire comfortably. I want you to be able to go out, on a yacht if you wanted to. I want you to be able to go out and hang out with your grandkids or your boyfriend and girlfriend or your husband and wife or your grandkids or your cousins and your family. I want you to be able to enjoy your life. But here's the thing. If we're worried about other things, then unfortunately, when things happen, we're going to be behind the 8 ball, and we're going to wonder why we're still stuck in a worse position. Because here's the truth. Things are going to continue to go up in price. That's just going to happen. I mean, I hate to tell you, it's going to happen. Think about it. And I'm looking in the chat. I'm sure Lisa J. Now, hear me when I'm saying this. I'm not saying anyone is old, okay? I have a wide range based on my analytics, a wide range of people in my that watch my videos based on the analytics, okay? I have people in the 18-year-old category. I have people in the 65 plus category. I'm just throwing this out here. I'm sure that Prez, Lisa J, Wellness, RX Nails, Official Jamia, I'm sure that Mom Patricia, I'm sure even myself can contest to when we were in high school, the cars that were the Mustangs that were priced then is not the same price as the Mustangs now. The Lamborghinis that was a price when we was in high school is not the same price as the Lamborghinis now. The houses that were a price when we were in high school is not the same price when we were in high school now. The phones that was a price when we were in high school, if they had phones, is not the same price now. The things, the TVs, everything has changed. I'm telling you, things, gas, fuel, I'm sure people can contest. Electricity, I'm sure people in the chat can contest. That is not the same since when we were in high school. If I'm telling the truth, say something in the chat. Just say something in the chat. Oh my goodness. $2 now 12. Wow. Ooh-wee. I don't smoke, but man, $12? Ooh-wee. Wow. 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 That's 6 times as high. So he just said 6 times as high of what it was when he was in high school. I remember I went on this date. And I'm about to take y'all back, okay? So hear me. And this, I went on this date, right? And I remember the first car I had did not have a radio in it. My dad gave me the car, and I was so happy. And speaking of happy, I saw this video on YouTube, and this girl got a BMW, and she was mad at her father because he did not give her a Tesla. Young lady, if you're watching me, you need to apologize to your father. Father, if you're watching me or you get this video, you did a wonderful job for your daughter. The mother, y'all both need to sit down with the daughter, because there's no way you should be upset. Because my first car was not a BMW, okay? Going back to the subject, okay? So I get a car. Remember, it doesn't have a radio. My left driver's window didn't roll down. My, what do they call it? Sunroof didn't go back. So I'm going on this date, right? And I'm going on a date. So, I washed my two-tone car. It wasn't all the way painted. Washed my two-tone car, vacuum it out. The little Christmas tree that you put in to smell good. I put one under the seat, put one inside the place where the radio was. I put one on the little, the mirror. And the car smells good, spray cologne, smelling good, So she gets in, I open the door, let her sit down, I close the door, I come back, now we can talk about that later. So anyway, she opens the door, I get in, and we're listening to the radio. Now you're probably wondering how you listening to the radio. Now for some of y'all kids now, y'all got Bluetooth speakers. I didn't have that growing up. Y'all have all the, Beats pills and the boom box. We didn't have all that. So we're listening to the radio. And I get to the movie theater. And before I get to the movie theater, she says, "Oh, that's my song, turn it up." I said, I can't turn it up right now. I have to tell you about it later. Well, we get to the movie theater, and and by the way, my trunk didn't work. I had a rope to the latch in the trunk and had it tied down some kind of way so the trunk wouldn't pop open while I was driving. Yeah. So I'm telling y'all something for a reason. So, she gets out, I open the door for her, and I said, "Hold on, let me turn the radio off." And I said, "I'm about to tell you this now." So I had the seat, and I pulled it up, her seat, and I had a wind-up radio. and I turned it off, and I had to, undo my trunk to get the trunk back up, and I put it in the trunk, and then fasten the trunk with a rope, and we just bust out laughing. Because she was like, I was wondering where the music was coming from. So I had a wound up radio, and I had it on the radio station, and it was turned to a certain volume so it can bounce off. Why am I saying this? What does this have to do with Bitcoin, you learned, Robert? What does it have to do with it? What I'm saying is Bitcoin was once like my first car. It was low. It was affordable. I remember it was like my dad bought it for under $500. I traded it in to get no, I traded another car in. I sold that car to get another car. So Bitcoin was once cheaper than my first car because my first car was free. Now it's a little higher. What I'm saying to you is this: that same car, if made now, would probably be $50,000, $60,000 easy. What am I saying to you? Know what you have now. If you don't own Bitcoin, it's not financial investment advice, but my opinion is why it's low, you should buy. That's my opinion. Because a year from now, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it. And I could be wrong or right. I could be wrong, could be right. Well, I'm sure based on the trajectory, I should be right. Okay. But I want you to understand it's about getting Satoshis. It's about getting the most right now, because when major institutions come in and major buyers come in, they are making sure they buy up the supply so they can raise the price. They want you to sell your Satoshis. They want you to not buy. They want you to worry about everything else but this, because when it's prevalent, they want you to say, oh, yeah, we can sell it to you. Oh, we can do this. Hold on. So you telling me they can get a loan off this? They can buy a car from this? They can buy a house from this? That's probably where it's going. They can use this as collateral and buy land. All the stuff that you're trying to do right now, you have to take a step of faith and make some moves. Now, this is not financial investment advice. You may not do this, okay? You may not decide to purchase Bitcoin. You may think Bitcoin is a scam, and this person said it was horrible. Listen, I remember when we went from, when you got your first account, you used to get a checkbook and a debit card, but it didn't have a Visa logo or MasterCard logo on it. I remember when Visa and MasterCard logos came out, people were saying that was the end of the world. I remember that. Now, I can take my cell phone and scan for gas, or scan for groceries in some places, or scan for, whatever in certain places. Do you see what I'm saying? Now it's different. We don't have to carry cash. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember the last time I went to the ATM to get cash, because I don't carry cash around. Everything, think about it. Imagine some people who watching me, y'all have everything on auto draft. I do, because it's easier for me just to have an auto draft so I don't have to worry about it. So what I'm saying to you is the way technology has changed, you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, wow, this guy, I chose this date to watch You Learn with Robert, and I don't know why I clicked on this video, but I happened to find him. It's not by happenstance that you are watching this video right now. Guess what? I normally don't go live at this time. Guess what? I've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes for my members, behind the scenes, getting some things together, and I was not going to go live today. But I noticed the Bitcoin halving is coming up, and I said something in my community tab about the Bitcoin halving, and I wanted to be sure people understand that Bitcoin could go down a little bit more, okay? But if it does, not financial or investment advice, if it goes lower, you know what You Learn what Robert's going to do? I'm going to buy more. You know why? Because I understand long-term what I have. I don't care nothing about the price. I care about the Satoshis. I care about the total Bitcoin. So 100 million Satoshis equals 1 Bitcoin. I care about getting Satoshis now. I care about getting large Satoshis so that I can have Bitcoins or whatever. I'm not telling you if I have a lot of Bitcoins. I'm not telling you all the information, because me saying, oh, I got X amount of Bitcoins or what, is not going to help you. It's not going to help you. What's going to help you is for you to say, you know what, you learn, I'm going to make a decision to purchase some Bitcoin right now, not financial or investment advice. I'm going to make a decision to change my family's future. I'm going to make a decision to help my children. My children was not in the position I'm in now. I want to buy some Satoshis for my kids. I want to buy some Satoshis for my grandkids. I want to buy some Satoshis just in case something happens to me or my wife. I'm saying, some of y'all, maybe or my boyfriend or girlfriend, if that's what you choose to do, or my grandkids or my great grandkids. I'm buying this for them because I want to be sure that I can say, hey, look, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, I remember my grandmother. I'll never forget this as a kid. Back in the days, they had a $500 bill. I'm being serious. Look it up. But I remember my grandmother, we were at a store, and I wanted a three-wheeler. And my grandmother handed me a crisp $500 bill. I'm serious. Crisp $500 bill. And I remember she said, get the power wheel you want. And I said, okay. And I picked it out, picked the color out. And, I was a kid, I was young. And I remember picking it out. And I remember the guy at the place we went to, I don't remember what store it was, but I remember the guy looking at the $500 bill. And he's like, is this real? And she's like, trust me, it's real. And she pulled out some more. And she's like, trust me, it's real. And he said, young man, you might want to hold on to this. My grandma says, no, he don't have to. He's going to be okay. So I said, Grandma, do I need to hold it? She said, no, I'm teaching you something. Buy what you want. So I bought, handed him that. It was whatever. I got some change back. I'll never forget it. So, we were riding home, had the power wheel, in there. And I remember her telling me, she said, I'm a kid now. I'll never forget this conversation. She said, you know why I handed you the $500 bill? And I said, no, ma'am. And she said, because I wanted you to understand what it was like to have money. And I was like, okay. And I was like, huh? I'm a kid. I'm like, okay. I said, well, Grandma, why can't I keep it? Why couldn't I keep it? She said, because it has no value. Now, she understood that back in the days, but that's a whole nother conversation. I said, okay. And I remember her, talking about, certain things, but I remember her saying something about savings bond. And as a kid, I was like, savings bond. Now, that conversation I remember as a kid, but then I remember later it kind of connected. You know what I'm saying? Later on, she gave each grandkids their savings bonds that she had bought from them for them. And at every certain increment, she would give out savings bonds. But I'll never forget it. But I remember her giving my parents some savings bonds. And that conversation kind of like downloaded back in my brain. I was like, man, I remember I was in the car with her. She's talking about savings bonds. Anyway, back in the days, savings bonds were the things to get. And they would yield high interest. I'm telling you now, right now, if you look at the percentage made in Bitcoin from the time of the conception to now, a lot of people aren't on YouTube. There's some people on YouTube. I want you to be in a position where you're in a position where you can say, grandkid, here's this to buy a house. Your grandkid. I remember back in the days, I was listening to this silly guy named You Learn with Robert. He was talking about some silly stories about a wind-up radio. But I bought some of that Bitcoin, and I got some for you. Young man, young woman, husband, wife, whatever the case you got going on. We can retire now because of these Bitcoins. I want you to be in a different position. Now, this is not financial investment advice. I'm not telling you that you're going to be a billionaire overnight, because it's not going to happen unless you change the trajectory of your life. Billionaires understand that time is money and money is time. What I suggest for you, hey, geeky girls, what's up, what's up, what's up? What I would suggest for you to do, okay? What I would suggest for you to do, and now this is not financial investment advice. I have tablets everywhere. Now, I'm going to use this for an example. This is a stock investors almanac. But I'm showing you this page because it says notes here. Okay? It says notes. Don't trying to read my notes, but it says notes. I'm going to go on another page. There's some deep stuff. I'll be right. So it says notes. I would recommend you writing down Bitcoin, on the top of the notepad or whatever, write down the date you purchased it, the amount you purchased, and the price it was. And the reason why is because you're getting a habit of writing it down. And if you keep writing it down, kind of like you balancing your checkbook, you'll know, okay, I bought $10 this time. I bought $20 this time. I bought $5 that time. And you know, you're seeing what you got. Now I want to see. Hey, Wellness is saying hello, Geeky Girls. I want to see how much I have later. You want to look at it and you want to see what price is. And that price may fluctuate up and down. But long term, in my opinion, is going to do fine. Just my opinion. You know, I went on here and Bitcoin was under 50-something thousand when I came in here. I did a video and I showed you the documentation. Documentation always beat conversation, but I showed you the information and I told you. And I remember I did a video. I had a red hat on, white shirt, red logos, and I talked about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin ran from that price. And what if you don't know what ran mean? That means it went up in value. What am I saying? Opportunity always knocks. The question is, are you going to answer when opportunity knocks? You know, well, you don't understand, you learn, Robert. My budget is here right now. I have this. You're not going to save your way into wealth. It's not going to happen. Let me help you to understand this. I'm going to say it clearly for the people in the back of the room. You will never save your way to wealth. Well, this person, this guru, he told me that Bitcoin's a scam. Okay, listen. You can believe that guru, but that guru has money. You will never save your way to wealth. It will never happen. You can't get another job to wealth. It will never happen unless you take that second job income and you put it into assets, stocks, gold and silver, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, not financial investment advice. Not going to say the other stuff on live. But what I'm saying to you is this: unless you take that money and do something else, it's not going to happen. Because here's the problem. I wish I had my wallet in here because I know I have, some dollars in there just so I can, if I want to get something or I'm out, I don't have to break big bills. So here's what I'm saying. That dollar, that $10, that $50, that $100 that you have saved in your savings account, it has lost value due to inflation. Generally speaking, inflation is comprised of a lot of things. They take stuff out to make the numbers sound great. No shade, but it's true. They say, oh, well, we're not gonna put this in there because it's high. We don't want them to see this. So it's kind of like anybody ever had company come over and I don't care who you are. Everybody got a drawer they throw something in. It could be a napkin drawer where you throw the napkins in. Lisa, agreed. You will not save your way to wealth. Facts, Lisa J. Everybody got a napkin drawer or a junk drawer in their kitchen. There's just one drawer. They got napkins in it, or they got napkins and duck sauce and soy sauce and salt and pepper and little old, the little packs. So what most people do. I know I have one. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Yes, I have one of those drawers. Yeah, I can pull it out and get some napkins and paper towels, or the little soy sauce stuff that you get. So don't throw shade on me. I'm just gonna be transparent. Now imagine if somebody pulls out that drawer. No, it ain't in that drawer. They go in the kitchen. Everything else is pristine. You got a pristine kitchen, but that one drawer, you will jump over the counter so nobody would not pull that drawer out. You might have some books in there, some napkins, some old papers, but everybody got a junk drawer in their kitchen or somewhere. Hey, the junk drawer. See? Yeah, everybody got the junk drawer. I don't care who you are, where you're from, as long as you love me. Yeah, what I'm saying to you is this. Everybody has something hidden in that drawer. I promise you, they'll tackle you before they let you look in that drawer. What does this have to do with Bitcoin? What does it have to do with the conversation? You lost me, you learned. We were riding down the street and you turned down the dirt road real quick. We was with you, but you down this Dukes of Hazzard road now. Just the good old boys. You down this long road. We dirt everywhere. We don't know it yet now. Trust me. Follow me. Everybody has that drawer people don't want to see. Okay. Everybody may have that one room in the house that when people come, you lock that room door because you don't want nobody to be in that room. Or, i.e., company come over, you got somebody spending the night, you lock your room door, or you lock that one door you don't want nobody, or you lock your garage door, whatever the case is, it's that one place in the house you don't want everybody to go in. Don't go in my bathroom. Don't sit on my toilet. I'm sorry, I'm very picky. So, what does this have to do with Bitcoin? What does this have to? Okay, you follow me. Okay, there's important stuff in that drawer. Exactly, Lisa J. Okay, so y'all follow me. Everybody has that situation, okay? Now, one thing I want you to imagine with me, follow me in your mind. You're here, okay? Right now is is April 16th, Tuesday, April 16th, 2024. 10 years from now, it's going to be April 16th, 2034, right? Some of you are going to be, some of you are 18 watching me, you're going to be 28. Some of you are 40 watching me, you're going to be 58. Some of you are 60 watching me, you're going to be 78. Some of you are 30, you're going to be 40. Wherever the case you are in life right now, okay? Whatever age that you are at, here's the thing that's going to remain constant. Just like that conversation downloaded into my brain when my grandmother talked about something, that $10 you put in your account 10 years from now, tell me what your interest rate is going to be. How much are you going to gain on that? And you probably say, how am I supposed to know you learned? That's exactly why you should be listening to this right now. Most accounts don't even give you 1%. Most accounts. Most people have a savings account and they don't even get 0.25%, 1/3% in there. You put $1,000 in there and they give you a wrinkle old 10 cent, and you think that you're going to say, no, it's okay. Wellness, just don't go to my bathroom. That's all. That's all wellness. Just don't come to my bathroom trying to poop on my toilet. No, there's only one set of cheeks sit on there, and it's not nobody else but me. What I'm saying is this, just don't go in that drawer and don't go in my bathroom. What I'm saying is this. Just like that junk drawer, the bank don't want you to see that they invested in Bitcoin right now. The bank don't want to tell you that they're setting it up so that you can go to the bank and they can be a custodial over your Bitcoin. They don't want you to see that. They don't want you to see that they're setting up stuff so that your 401k can start having Bitcoin in it. They don't want you to see that. They don't want you to see that they're going to be, Bitcoin situations, and Bitcoin cards. They don't want you to see these things that they're doing behind the scenes because they want you to be like that junk drawer. As long as nobody sees this tucked away, nobody will ever know I got them dirty napkins in there and them duck sauces that I probably need to throw away. And I need to go in there and look and check them expiration dates of them duck sauce and soy sauce now that I'm thinking about it, okay? So I need to check those expiration dates. Y'all got me on that. So they don't want you to see that. They don't want you to see that they're making money off your money. I was telling you, you cannot save your way into wealth. One thing I didn't know about my grandmother would make $1 holler. When I tell you my grandma will turn $1 to $1 million quick, you'd be like, good gracious. Like my grandma go to the grocery store with $1 and you'd be like, how you get all this food? No, she didn't steal it. She would make a meal out of $1. I promise you. My grandma used to keep foster kids and I'd be like, how did you do? I would be with her getting stuff and, and I'd be like, how? So one thing she told me though is this though. She showed me that number one, yes, it's important to have a savings account. It's very important. It's very important to have an emergency fund. That's very important. I'm not saying that you should not have those two because you should. However, money's job is to work. If you do not have your money working, you're going to work forever. Okay? If you do not have let me say this again. If you do not have your money working, you are going to work forever. And that's unfortunately true. The wealthy people don't work. Oh, well, you're lying. You learn they do this and they do this. What I mean is they're not physically working. And some people may physically work because that's what they choose to do. You know what I'm saying? Some people may. What I mean by that is their money is constantly turning. Their money is constantly making money. Their money is constantly in new assets and new ways. You thought BlackRock the world's largest, or one of the world's largest, or the United States largest bank just happened to get in Bitcoin. They just so happen to want to get in Ethereum. They just so happen to do these ETFs. And you think BlackRock, who don't lose money, they only two things that they've done that's been, lost money in. So you think they gonna get into it, and all of a sudden it's just gonna crash, and they gonna lose some money. Okay, I'll wait. Look up BlackRock after this live, and you come back and tell me if you think they're gonna lose all your money. And what I mean by that is this: they got their clients, they got major players in the market, major banks, major business people, money in there. They gonna make sure their clients are making money. And I guarantee you, if I was working for BlackRock and they said, Robert, you need to call these people, let them know the ETFs, this is not financial investment advice, but the call would be, hey, Mr. Williams, how you doing today? This is Robert here. You learn with Robert. Yes, I'm calling you in regards to our Bitcoin opportunity. Oh, wait a minute. Don't you hang up the phone on me. I understand that you don't understand this, but here's the question. Right now, Mr. Jones, you are, what? 62 years old? Oh, wonderful. So what are your plans after retirement? I see that you have a net worth of XYZ. Wonderful. Hey, how would you like to a percentage of 28% potentially? Most of those people are going to say, oh, wow. Well, seeing that you have this amount, what I'm saying to you is they're calling their clients right now. Bitcoin is at the halving right now. They're calling their clients right now to make sure they're in on the move that's about to happen. Y'all just happen to think Bitcoin went from 30-something thousand all the way to 70,000 and people didn't make money. Okay, I'll wait. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll wait. You happen to think one of the world's largest banks, one of the world's largest assets, managers of assets, just so happen to get in crypto that you scared to put $10 in, and you think they're gonna lose money? Okay, I'll wait on that. Here's the thing. I am pretty sure that by the time this time next year, 5 years from now, I said 10 years, right? I said 10 years. You go back and listen to this video 10 years from now, unless the world has come to an end, then you ain't going to be able to watch it. Unless, there's some type of EMP situation, then you ain't going to be able to watch this. And, that means, that's a whole nother situation. And you ain't worried about Bitcoin. You ain't worried about stocks, 401k, because that's a whole nother scenario, okay? Providing that everything goes on that trajectory, you're going to be looking at this and say, you learn was right. And I wish I would have. Or you learn was right, and if I could have. You learn was right, and if I should have. Now, this is not financial investment advice, but one thing I'm telling you is if you put yourself on a trajectory, $10 a month, $10, every other week, $10 every week, whatever you can afford, and just buy on down days. The reason why I told you to write on the tablet, write down some things, write it down, write the price, and so I bought it at this price. I bought it at 65,000. This time I bought $10 at 65,000. Ooh, it went to 60,000. Oh, I bought $20 this time because it was lower than this, so that you can see some things. You can see it fluctuating. You can see what you've done. Write it down. Write the vision. Make it plain on tablets. If you could see what's on, literally. So right now, in my office, you can see this. Hold on. You can see in my office, you can see this right here. And I'm trying to look, I'm looking on the on my phone. So I'm trying to see what you can see. So you can see this right here. Imagine a panel board from that white all the way to that white to this. Hold on. Yeah. From right here all the way down. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 panel boards with all vision information on there. Why is that? I wrote down the vision. I made it plain. I literally have on this board. This is written in 20. I'm trying to look at the date. This information was written in 2018 on this board I'm looking at. It says AI up 83%. AI. It has parentheses AI up 83% with a smiley face. Why am I saying that? Because I wrote it down and I understand that AI is going to be something valuable. So I wrote it down. Certain things I wrote down, and I can't show you my business, but I've seen a lot of these things come to fruition because I wrote it down. I'm not telling you to get a big old panel, all these panels on your wall from here to there. I'm not telling you that. What I'm saying is, even if you get something this small, get something, write it down. Go to Home Depot. I got these panels at Home Depot, and they're large panels. I don't know how much they cost now because I bought them a long time ago. But even if it's $20, go get one panel. Let's just say it's $20. Let's say it's 25, just so you won't come back. It's 25. You learn because inflation. Let's say if it's $25. Tell them to cut it in fours. So now you got 4 panels that you can put certain places of the house. If you got kids, you can put one in the kids' room. You can put one in the garage or your weight room or whatever. You can put one in your room. Wherever place that you can write down information, you can put it. You can glue some magnets on the back of it if you don't want to, put it up, something, and you can hang it on the wall or you can, whatever your situation is, okay? So what I'm saying to you is this: write the vision down. Write where you want to go down. Write the information down, because in 10 years, one thing I'm going to tell you is this: prices are going to be high. Your price is way too high. Yeah, you ain't going to be able to cut in or whatever that song say. You ain't going to be able to do that. What I'm saying is you cannot save your way to wealth. Let me tell you, you should have an emergency fund. You should have, a savings account. Those are things you should do. But I guarantee you, after this live, if you go look at your checking account, if you don't know what the percentages you have, I guarantee you it's a third of a percent, a fraction of a percent, 0.25 of a percent, but you ain't getting over 1%. And inflation is over 8% a year. And in my opinion, the information they took out would make inflation between 13 to 18% per year. But they took out some valuable information that's pretty high. Generally speaking, when things are high, they take those things out to lower the inflation rate. But I think 18 to 24% is probably where inflation is, in my opinion. But let's just use their rate of 8% or 3 to 8%. That's what they say, 3%. I'm saying 8% just because I know it's higher than that. But 8%. You're not getting 1%. So what does that mean? Every month, your money is losing money, and you need to figure out a way to gain more money. I'm not telling you do anything illegal. Don't do that. I don't get down with that. But what I'm telling you is, exactly, Geeky. What I'm telling you is this: you need to find a way to get yourself to the next level. And the only way you're going to do that, the only way you're going to be able to travel the world like you want when you retire, the only way you're going to be able to retire your husband or wife, people who watch me, the only way you're going to be able to make sure your grandkids never work, the only way you're going to make sure your kids get a house when they graduate. There's some of the things that you're saying now. The only way you're going to be able to get off your second job, the only way you're going to be able to get to the next level of your life is to do something different that you have not done before. See, here's the thing. A lot of times we do things and out of habit. We do things because our mom and them did it. Our daddy and them did it. Our uncles, our cousins, our grandmas. Grandma, why'd you put this there? Grandma, why'd you do this? Grandma, why you shake off your feet like this? Why you do this like that? Why you say don't open the umbrella in the house? A lot of things we do out of what we seen. Oh, how many times have I listen, if you're not ashamed to say it, this is no shade, okay? If you have cooked black-eyed peas and collard greens and green beans every year because you think that's going to get you some money, tell me if you've done that. Tell me. And if you don't want to say I've done it, just say I know people who've done it, okay? We're going to protect the innocent. I know people who've done it. I don't cook that stuff. I don't, but I know people who've done it. But you're doing this, but you're not doing the things to get you wealthy. You're doing this, but you going to the sale at the, I'm not going to say any store names because I don't want them to come for me, but you going to all these sales, because they got sales. You know what I'm saying? You're going to all these places because you think it's going to help you. Here's the thing. Your 401k, your Roth or your SEP or whatever you got set up, that should be just add-ons. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to have, your 401k or your SEP or your Roth or your Roth IRA? Wouldn't it be nice to have that, but then also have, oh, I got a dividend account on the stock side. Yeah. I can pull out from these dividends every month. Yeah, I have on this side, I got my Bitcoin. I can do this on there. I got this on. Wouldn't it be nice to have different pockets of wealth instead of just one pocket that you are hoping? Well, Robert, you don't understand. I'm gonna be able to have Social Security. For some of us, Social Security is not going to be there. Personally, I'm not thinking about it because I personally think it's not going to be there. There is no possible way you can keep paying for all these people to be on the system. It just doesn't happen. You can keep putting air in the balloon, and it's going to eventually pop. That's just life. And I don't expect my wonderful government to pay for everybody. I just don't expect that to happen. I'm just going to be honest. I think that we should take initiative on our own and do what we need to do to make sure that we're not caught in a position where we have to work for the rest of our life. Okay. I have a passion to help you. I have a passion to be sure that you are getting to the next level. I have a passion to be sure that everybody, the whole team winning. Everybody, if you are on this, exactly. Lisa J. If you are on this live, here's the thing. If you're on this live, you have to understand you're on this live for a reason. Some people just on this live because you want to support me. Thank you so much for being on this live. Some people are on this live, so you just happen to been scrolling and you heard this silly dude's voice with this silly hat on, and you said, you know what? Yeah, let me stop and see what he's talking about. Some people are on here because you heard the title and you wanted to be. But here's the thing. You're still here for a reason. Some people shared it to their page and you're here. The point is you're here for a reason. There's a reason why you're hearing this information. There's a reason why you're sitting here at this time. Like I said, I don't normally go live at this time. I normally go live different days. But I'm telling you, I'm cooking some stuff. Not what the dude was saying, but I'm cooking some stuff for my members. I'm telling y'all. It's I'm trying to be calm about some things and not be, I'm just telling y'all, if I were you, I would join the membership. That's all I'm gonna say. But for the people who haven't even subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It's up here somewhere. Hit the subscribe button. Here. Like the video. You know what I'm saying? If you've been here for more than 5 minutes, that means you like the information. I've been giving you value. So thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming in and giving information and getting information. See, I want to be sure that everyone that comes here gets value. I want to be sure that everyone around here is put in a new position. I want to be sure that everyone who listens to me is just not fluff. I want to be sure. I got y'all just don't know. I'm looking. My grandmother's pictures is right here. I would get up and show y'all, but I'm very particular about showing family members. You know what I'm saying? But literally, my grandmother's picture is right here. As I'm talking to y'all, I can literally look at my grandma. Now, my grandma had a stern look on one picture. She like, she didn't play, boy. She didn't play. I'm telling you, she'll make you pick out your own switch. Some people know about the old school, okay? And some people know about the old school. Just waiting for you to answer me. Don't forget. Okay. What am I supposed to be answering? Sam. What am I supposed to be answering? Just waiting for you to answer me. LOL, bro. Forget it. Peace, y'all. Sam, I'm trying to figure out what am I supposed to be answering you for, Sam. And I'm looking through the live, and I don't necessarily see what you said, Sam. But I'm sorry that you feel as though I should have answered a question that I don't see. Urban, what's up? What's up, Urban? Yeah, I'm kind of weirded out. Somebody said I didn't answer the question. Okay, listen. If you write a question and I have not answered you, it's probably because I haven't seen the question. So one thing. Another thing. if you say something crazy, I probably won't answer. But generally speaking, everyone who knows me knows I'm going to answer, most of your questions. I just never not answer the question. So, did anyone know what question Sam wrote in? I'm a little confused. If anybody knows the question Sam wrote, let me know because I don't see anything that Sam wrote unless somebody took his question out. But anywho, none the least, did anybody see what Sam wrote? Was it something uh, silly or was it a valuable question? If it was something valuable, let me know. I apologize, Sam, if you said something that was valuable that I didn't answer. So, sorry, there was a lot of people in here, and I apologize. Geeky Girl said she doesn't know, so I'm a little confused. So, Sam, if you wrote something, I didn't get it. You probably wrote something that could potentially put you in let's just say, uh, put you in the bushes, in the bushes that you don't want to be in forever, and you probably wrote something crazy, and YouTube automatically blocked what you wrote. Uh, but I didn't see what you wrote, brother. But anywho, nonetheless, thank you so much, everyone, for coming in. Feel free if you have a legitimate question. Feel free to write it in, and if I don't see it, I'm sure I'll see it later in the chat because I go through the chat and look up stuff later. Just in case there's a video I need to make pertaining to your question that's valid. If I did not speak to you when you came in, I apologize. I normally have it on my monitors here, and I normally have it differently. This is a vertical live, so if you see me looking down, uh, okay, thank you for the compliment. But it's a vertical live, and then this is inverted, so I can't see the scroll here. So if you see me looking down, uh, you know, that's it. But nonetheless, if you have a legitimate question, but when it comes down to Bitcoin, you have to understand this. You have to understand that you cannot get value in something that you don't put in. Okay. If you never put money in, you'll never get anything out. If you never continue your investment, this is not financial investment advice. It doesn't matter if it's stocks, or gold or silver, you'll never get anything out. Well, I heard this person said, here's the thing. I'm going to help you to understand this. Gold and silver is a hedge against inflation. If gold and silver wasn't important, God wouldn't have put it on this earth, and he wouldn't have had kings and princes and princesses utilize it and go to war for it. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. Number two, hedge against inflation. Okay, well, what is inflation? Inflation is when you go to the store and you're used to getting a whole bottle of water, but now you're getting this much of water. You know what I'm saying? You're getting a little bit of water. You're like, man, a whole bottle of water used to cost 10 cents. Now it's $2. That's inflation. Okay. Shrinkflation is when, a bag of chips used to be this big and now it's this big. That's called shrinkflation, for the same price. So you have to understand, gold and silver is important in my opinion. It's not financial or investment advice. It's a hedge against inflation. Okay. Stocks, in my opinion, are important long term. Dividend paying stocks are important. The Magnificent Seven, as people say it, is important, in my opinion. Long term. When it comes down to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other things, just those two, for instance, is important, in my opinion, long term. If you look at the charts long term, you're going to be able to be in a better position because a lot of times when we look at stuff short term, we see all the negatives and all the things. Have you ever painted something? Any painters who painted cars? Anybody know about painting cars? I experienced a lot of that today at the store. Shrinkflation, exactly, geeky, exactly. Anybody ever know anybody who paint a car? They tape up the things, or if you ever painted, a dresser or painted something in your house, you have to use the mask tape to, mask around the sockets or mask around the door jambs or whatever the case may be. You have to prime and set your area up. You got to put a tarp down if you're painting in the house, or if you're painting a car, you got to be in the booth. There's certain things you have to do to set yourself up to make sure that whatever you're painting has a great thing. If you're painting a car, you got to make sure your nozzle is correct and the amount of stuff that you put in it to make it the tip is everything is clean, and everything has a good flow. You got to test it out on a particular thing. Yeah. Or if you're in the house, you have to stir up the paint or shake it up or whatever the case is. You have to get the rollers. You got to make sure that everything is prepared nice and neat, and then you do the job. And sometimes you do more than one coat because you understand that if you do one coat, that you probably will see imperfections. If you do multiple coats, which most people do, it'll probably be better. And you go in the same motion. Sometimes if you're painting a car, you go from left to right or right to left. Like wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi. You're in a flow. If you're painting, you're going up and down or whatever the case may be. The little corners, you're using a little tiny brush. You're making sure you are utilizing that space correctly. You learn. What does this have to do with Bitcoin? You lost me again. It has everything to do with the fact that you have to prep for your life. You have to make sure that you're preparing to set yourself up in a different position. You're preparing to set your kids up. You're preparing to set your grandkids up. You're preparing to set your mom and dad up because you want to retire your mom and dad. You're preparing to set your husband or wife's mother and father up because you want to retire them. You're preparing to set yourself up because you want to retire yourself. You have to understand Bitcoin, you are prepping to set your life up. Listen, I can't tell you how much to buy. What I think I can tell you is what I personally think, not financial or investment advice. What I personally think that's going to happen, because my track record on here has been pretty good. If you look at my last videos, if you go all the way down, we talking about Bitcoin, it was alive. Bitcoin, stocks, and more, I believe that was alive. There was another live short that I did with a red hat on, white shirt, red logo, and guess what? It was talking about Bitcoin. I was in front of a gas station. So my track record is pretty good when it comes to stocks. I'm sure if wellness, are you still in here? If you're still on here, just say if you're still in here. Just say yes if you're still in here. If not, it's okay. But I'm sure my members can tell you, I know what I'm talking about. And I just can't tell you right here that I know what I'm talking about. But I'm sure my members can see what I'm talking about, that I know what I'm talking about. I'm sure. But if she's still in here, I know she has a lot going on. But what I'm saying to you is this. Listen to me clearly. I want to be sure that as you're prepping for your retirement, as you're prepping to get yourself to the next level, if you're prepping for your kids, your grandkids, whoever, you're making sure you set yourself up in a position. Are you setting them up in a position so that you don't have to worry about anything? I want to be sure that you're there. I want to be sure that you're putting yourself in a position of power. I want to be sure that you're getting yourself to boldly go where no person has gone before. I want to be sure that you are understanding that the race is not given to the swift, but he who endures to the end. You got to endure to the end. You can't just be afraid of what's going on now. You can't be afraid of what you see now. Yes, it's low now. It was 70, but it's higher for some people. It's giving you a chance to get in, because once they release the Kraken, that was a movie. He said, release the Kraken. This Kraken came out in that movie. If you know, you know. Once they release the Kraken, once they let that thing go, once Seabiscuit get in with the other horses, once they get in, oh, it's gonna be on and popping. Once that popcorn starts to ping, 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 once them kernels start to pop up, hey, it's gonna be a wrap. Once that one kernel pop in, it's gonna be a wrap. What am I saying? A lot of you are getting in position to potentially set your life up. Now, I can't promise you that Bitcoin's going to be at 2 million, 3 million, like Kathy Woods is going to say. But one thing I can say is this. Kathy Woods know a little bit more information about what's going on behind the scenes because she gets things that the general public generally don't get. She is able to get things that you are not able to see before the market gets it. And based on the data and based on mathematical equations, you got to understand this. Now this is a battery, okay? This is and speaking of battery, everyone should have a portable power station, okay? Portable battery pack. This is a portable power station, especially young women. If you got a daughter who got a phone, get them one of these. If you are married and you got a wife who got a phone, get her one of these. If you got a mama who's still living, get her one of these. If your grandma have a cell phone, get her one of these. If you care about any women in your life, get them one of these. The reason why I'm saying this is this. There's a lot of people who their phone never charged. I don't know why, but they never charge. I mean, matter of fact, I don't understand. This is important. But where was I going with the story with this, okay? Imagine this right here was on sale for $20. Just imagine this was $20, right? Imagine they made 1 million of them for $20, okay? So now, a year later, they only make 250,000 of them. Do you think the same price is going to be? Well, this portable thing is high demand. You think the same price is going to be $25, $20? Probably not, because it's supply and demand. Okay, let's say 2 years from there, they only make 100,000 of these. The price is going to go. Okay, let's say they make 25,000. The price is going to go. Well, no, it's relative. You learn it's relative to the people like them. Most people like them. Let's say everybody wants this. Okay, everybody wants this right here. So let's just say they make 500 now. Do you think the price is going to stay at $25? Probably not. What am I saying? The Bitcoin halving, only a certain amount. It's called halving for a reason, because the amount that's produced is half than what it was. The amount of fees that miners are getting is pretty much half. So every time the Bitcoin halving happens every 4 years, every time the halving happens, there's a decrease in the amount of the supply of Bitcoin until all the Bitcoin is gone. And what happens then when there's no more Bitcoin? When nobody can get to the Bitcoin, what happens? I wonder what happens when no one can get any more Bitcoin, when Bitcoin is just all out there. Now it's a feeding frenzy. Do you want to sell your Bitcoin? Hey, call now. Oh, it's my Bitcoin and I want it now. Call 1-800 blah blah blah. Yes, if you know that commercial. It's my money and I want it now. So people gonna be calling. If you have Bitcoin and you need it now, call 1-800 blah blah blah. I'm telling you, in 10 years, you're gonna be able to say everyone who talked about Bitcoin didn't know what they was talking about. Are you gonna be able to say, I wish I would have, should have, could have, would have? And here's the good thing about this. The great thing about this is, this is not financial or investment advice. The great thing about this is this. I want to make sure that the information I give on my channel is something of value so that you can get to the next level. Here's the thing. I know this information. I know it. I read stuff all the time. I'm listening to stuff all the time. I know this information. I want to be sure. That's why I can talk to you about something for hours upon hours. Sometimes I only look at the phone a couple times just to get my notes. But how do you know that I know the information? Because I don't have to look at a screen. I'm looking at a vertical live. I don't have none of my charts or nothing up. I'm literally talking to you out of muscle memory, things that I know. But I want to be sure that the information I give you is accurate, to the point, and something that you can, you ever went to somebody's house and I'm trying to be as nice as possible, but they can't cook, man. You go to their house and you was hungry when you got there. And then you was hungry when you left because they can't cook. Anybody ever got, somebody in their family who was invited to the cookout and they bought some dish that nobody really liked, but they got it just to appease the person? Come on, man. I know I'm not the only person. Has anybody ever, with a family member's house or a friend's house or a loved one, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case, and they can't cook? You're like, what is this? What are you doing? No, and you still hungry. So you got to leave that cookout, or you got to leave this place still hungry. I want to be sure that when you leave this channel, you are full of information. You're able to take down some information, take some notes, get some information of value, and say, you know what? Let me test this information. Let me be sure that I get more information on this. Let me do this so the next time I look at a video, I'll be more informed. I want to make sure that I write down some information. I want to take notes. I want to watch this video entirely later so I can take notes and get the information of value and write it down and make sure I understand this, because I want to make sure I get to the next level in my life. Ask yourself that question. So in closing, y'all, I've been on live and it's funny. It's funny. Like once I start going, I can go. Go, Robert, go, go, go. Robert, be good. Go, 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 Johnny, go, go, go. If you have not hit the live button, if you have not hit the like button, do me a favor. Up here, there's a like button up there somewhere. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. There's a like button up there, okay? Hit the like button if you have not already hit the like button, okay? If you have not subscribed, it's over there somewhere. I'm sorry, in the corners. That's the like button in the corner somewhere. It's inverted, so I don't know where it is. Okay, if you have not hit the subscribe button, right directly up, if you click that, it's a subscribe. You're able to subscribe to the channel, okay? So if you have not hit the subscribe button, click that button so that you can subscribe to the channel and get some information, okay? If you have not joined the membership, I have memberships now, okay? I did that to help you, all right? So if you feel so ever so kindly to join the membership, hit the button. It's to help you get to the next level. I'm telling you, I am cooking up some information of value. I'm telling y'all, the members, they're gonna get to go plates, okay? That's what I'm telling you. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I'll probably be going live on Saturday. I got to confirm something. I may be going live with Prez, the investor, and Lisa J. Stocks. I got to confirm that for Saturday. I got to confirm that. Got to confirm it, okay? Also, feel free to watch any other videos as it relates to what I've been talking about. I want to be sure that you are placed in the next level of greatness. I want to be sure that you have the information of value, and I want to be sure that you are informed, because there's a lot of people out here who is not informed. They just talk out the side of their neck, talking out the side of your neck. They talk out the side of their neck, and they just be talking about stuff that is no relevance, nothing that's going to do nothing for you. It's just going to help them. There's a lot of people on here just selfish, and they want to help themselves. Help themselves instead of express yourself. Help themselves, dude. They want to help themselves and not help you. The whole point, if you're here, I think of you like family. Not the family that I don't like, not the family that I avoid. I'm telling you, everybody got somebody like that in the family. If you at a cookout and they come, you be like, oh, why did John Doe come today? Did John Doe bring his wife this time or a cousin? Oh, no, not them kids again. Everybody got somebody in their family they feel that way about. You're not like that. I don't feel that way about you. When you're here, I feel like you're family, okay? I feel like you're family and friends, and I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy giving information of value. I enjoy giving out information, okay? So do me a favor. If you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you have not shared this out, feel free to share this out to somebody this can help. Don't just eat the food and not say, you know what, I went to You Learn Robert's kitchen and it was good. It was delicious. Ooh, boy, he had that food cooking. Share the information of value. And that's any YouTuber. Any YouTuber you go to and you watch the video, if you like it, share it. You know what I'm saying? So if you like the video, share the video, hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell. I'll see you on the next level of greatness. We'll talk to each and every one of you. Bye-bye now. Thank you for coming.